Ladies and gentlemen, what's up, fight fans? This is Counterpunch with Counterpunch Boxing News. Afternoon talks, Sunday, relaxed day, day of rest for some, beginning of the week for others. There we go, we are back. And in fact, I think my Wi-Fi actually disconnected. My apologies. Let's hit that like button as we come in. I'll let the chat load. So, what do we have in the sport of boxing today? Where are we at in this crazy world? We're just getting this on. Andre Rodriguez, Halim Bostan, counterpunch to you. Counterpunch to you. Both of you. Yesterday was some upsetting combat sports, not necessarily boxing, but coming from a boxer that's a better striker. Now people are getting up on his game, you know, doing the same thing as he, showing him that he's not the only one that can strike, and he met his night. But we have some exciting news in the sport of boxing, man, and let's talk about it. Mr. Aladaya, counterpunch to you from Madrid. Mother Ducker. Yes, loving your thing in the UK. Appreciate you, brother. Counterpunch to you. Hope you're doing well, brother. Fresh Prince, I'm doing better than yesterday. Doing better every day. Every day I get a little better. You know what I mean? So, yeah, feeling better. Hopefully looking better, I guess. Still got a little cough, but it's not much as one. The headaches are gone. You know, the corruption for the most part's gone. So, no, I'm off today. Halim, I'm off today, believe it or not. You know, I am off today. Yeah, days mostly, and you know, unless, you know, so. Just relaxing. But a lot of it's just rust. Right away, wait. I think they'll take it. If you that, you know, and Andy, he has to get acclimated to his own body. On him too. I mean, you know what? Anthony Ruiz is actually, he's doing exactly what Anthony's not. Verizon. Let's see. Yeah, it's only have one bar. Video is mad clipping. Jack oblique. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if it gets better, because I only have one bar, and I don't know what's going on with it. Damn, is it? Maybe it's the fog. Okay, now I got two bars. You guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Better now, or better not. I still got two bars though. That's kind of weird, because this is like a inner city area, so it should be with two bars. Wilder channel's blocking me. Fuck is interference up. Stop him from talking. We tried to shut him down, it won't work. Al, shut him down. Do what you did to Bruce Wayne. I can't stand his ass. They don't like me because I'm dark-skinned. Like, what? Man, no, ain't got nothing to do with that. My eyes and see, and my ears can hear. My eyes can see, and my ears can hear. Okay. Kurt, AJ versus Ortiz, who wins? I'd go for Anthony Joshua right now. Now, about 5 years ago, Ortiz would have got Joshua. Why? Because he was young enough. He was young enough. You know, I mean, when those Cuban fighters come over here, they falsified the documents. A lot of people know that. Now, am I saying Luis Ortiz did that? No. But I'm saying it's a possibility. I'm saying that he could have done that. He could have got himself in a situation where he knows he put another 5-6 years youth on his shit. You know? I mean, the same reason Wilder didn't fight him. You know, Wilder didn't fight Luis Ortiz and claimed, you know what he blamed it on? He blamed it on because he was a drug cheat. I mean, what happened to your morals? They went right out the window because you ended up fighting him anyway. No, it was in the plan to fight him. You'd probably KO him now. But see, understand, fighting someone like Ortiz is difficult because he's a counterpuncher. And anytime you're fighting a counterpuncher, you always have to wait for their attack. They're very dangerous. Now, if he misses, he's all over the place. If you've seen, Ortiz threw all types of wild punches when he didn't land the target. But a lot of times he's right on the money, and he has a strong right hook to accompany his straight left, or he loops with the left cross. So he has a straight left and he loops with it, so he can change angles of it. And he has a good left uppercut. Ask Brian Jennings. So yeah, that would be a very good fight with him and AJ. And I think still to this day, Ortiz would give him a pretty good account of himself. You know what I mean? Because it's all about, we know the man's old, so it's all about how good that man can still do at the age that he has. We can't talk about fantasy matchups like, well, if he was this age, okay, well, he's not that age. Let's grow up. He's not that age. He's in his 40s. That it is what it is. Don't worry, Luis Ortiz may be one of those guys. If he is at liberty to fight some of these guys, he might end up knocking out people that he doesn't supposed to knock out. Shelton Moore, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Yeah, I remember when he scratch fled. That, you know what? There's just so much excuses, man. That shit is just ridiculous. I think at this point, you should start looking at all that accusation is one big joke. It's a one big selling move or attempt to sell the third fight. That the funny thing about it, because he said talked all that shit, it might not ever be a third fight. The only way it can become a third fight, Wilder puts himself back in the position to get a third fight. Not because of that contract that's supposed to have been expired or whatever. It's supposed to be because he fought his way back to get the opportunity to fight whoever has the WBC belt. Because there's no guarantee that Tyson Fury is going to hold it. And then even if Tyson Fury beats Joshua, there ain't no guarantee that he's going to keep it. Look, this is what I think of Tyson. Tyson, if he beats Anthony Joshua, and he does it twice, mind you. If he does it twice, he's already satisfied the mouths of people defending the belt. He's defended the undisputed title by fighting Anthony Joshua again, by beating him again. He beats him again. Then Deontay Wilder's around the corner because maybe Deontay Wilder has came up on top over Dillian White. Maybe, maybe not. And then if that happens, Tyson Fury will see that man back in his face, Deontay Wilder, and he'll say, you know what? I'm done. Wilder will get his WBC belt back, but there won't be a third fight. It is what it is. Because Tyson Fury will justify it by drawing with him once and beating the shit out of him in the second. So, I mean, I don't think there will be a bottom line on it. Just love the egg weight from the line. That's a trip. The egg weight form. Like he just... That's the size, you know what I mean? It's like when Rick James punched Charlie Murphy and made Unity. Unity! Charlie Murphy! George Foreman versus Vitaly Klitschko. I don't know. He better hurt Vitaly, because Vitaly's gonna have every intention on blitzing Foreman. And that old shit like that ain't gonna work. Who's the best heavyweight prospect after the Juggernaut Kurt? I would say Effie Ajagba, but there's another guy that I just saw, black guy, and I think he's the truth. I can't remember his name though. He was on the DAZN undercard, and he beat the piss out of somebody. You got another guy called, is it Tony Yoka? I gotta look him up. I'm gonna do my homework on Tony Yoka, because I mean he's the next homework project. Do you think Joshua Fury only start fighting after round 6, so to make it an epic for the second fight? I don't know. I don't see what Joshua trying to give Tyson Fury anything. I think Joshua trying to do the same thing he goes out to do, win every round. You know, we learned that from the Lomachenko fight. You know, you can't just start fighting when you want to and think you're going to. Frank Sanchez is pretty good. Now, he's in there. He's definitely under Joe Joyce. You know, he just hasn't had that fight. I mean, he fought Joey DeWaco. He fought Jake the Snake. I think his name was Jake the Snake Smith. He was undefeated, but he got him out of there. Oh, Jake the Snake. That was in Shreveport, right there in Shreveport. Who else? Yeah, Frank is definitely in there. Frank is definitely one of those guys that he's in there. He's in there for the long haul. Yeah, he's training with Eddie Reynoso. And then what's happening with that, they're teaching Frank how to be more offensive. Now, that could be a good thing or a bad thing. Because, see, you have to understand something. I remember Abel Sanchez, he made a fucked up comment and said that black fighters are not exciting. Skrilla 50, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. And he tried to rebuttal because everybody gave him shit about the comment that he made. It was like kind of like the comment that Paulo Malignaggi said. You know what I'm saying? Just it was on the same level, on the same ballpark, if not worse. He made a comment, Abel Sanchez, and said that he trained black fighters like Terry Norris, and that's the reason Terry Norris is exciting. But guess what though? Terry Norris is not in good shape right now. So you have to fight according to your own level. If you know that you're not that type of dude that should be taking punches to the head over and over again. Some people can take punches, some people can, some people can't. But the problem is, how do you know you can or can't until it's already too late? Until you're talking like, talking real talk like that. When you're talking like that, you don't know that yet. So guys like Julio Cesar Chavez, Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar De La Hoya, okay? Those guys, they can withstand the wear and tear of punches, okay? But Evander Holyfield, James Toney, Tommy Hitman Hearns, okay? Those guys, Mildred Taylor, Terry Norris, those guys cannot take those type of punches, obviously. But who knew they were going to be in that shape until they got in that shape? You know, so a lot of times what that tells us is the less punches you take, the better. The less damage, let's say it like that, because you get hit with elbows, heads, you know, it's a lot of things that causes damage in the ring besides fists. You know what I mean? You could have a punch to the ball sack. Those type of things can happen. AJ would beat the hell out of Andre Ward. Well, I think he would knock out Andre Ward. I don't know about beating the hell out of him. What do y'all think about Betterby versus Bivol? I think that's a good fight that should happen, and I think it should happen for the sake of the light heavyweight division. Because if you notice, the light heavyweight division ain't really been too hot now. I mean, you had some guys. You had Joe Smith. You had Sullivan Barrera. You got Dimitri Bivol would stop Barrera. You got Betterby. You had what's his name? Alexander Volchnik. You remember him? He's the one that that beat Adonis Superman Stevenson. You know, and damn near permanently injured him, if not permanently injured him. but he retired. So, and again, he knew when to get the hell out. When he lost the better beef, he knew, that's it. Cut my losses, because to take that many fights, I think it's up to the fighter to know when he's able or not. And I think the less damage you take, the better. For the fans, we want to see him fight more. We want to see him touched. We don't see him challenged, right? We want to see the competitive nature between him and somebody else just as good as him. But at the end of the day, maybe these fighters are not about that no more. Maybe they just want to get out without getting their brains beat in. And that's what happens when you challenge and you're getting hit. You're missing more, and you're getting hit more. You're not landing as much, Canelo versus Dirt Zerto Ramirez. Isn't Zerto a light heavyweight now? I remember him, the real tall Mexican that came to Top Rank. I remember him. I never seen Wilder compared to Joe Biden. I hear him always being compared to Trump. And then I think of Trump, I think, because they were all together once upon a time. Him, Lennox Lewis, Donald Trump, and Sly Stallone. Chisora versus Wilder. He would knock out Chisora if Chisora don't knock him out. And see, that's the kind of fight where I don't think Wilder would take, because it's risk versus reward, and the reward is not really worth the risk. Because let's say Chisora comes out there and lands something, he's going to come at you. Pacquiao doesn't have a mandatory for his belt. He hasn't fought since 2019. Yeah, don't you find that strange? Don't you find that kind of odd? Can Pac-Man beat Crawford? I don't know, because see, Pac-Man is an anomaly of himself. But it's been a year and a half since we've seen the man fight. Maybe once upon a time he could, but at this age, I wouldn't bet on it. T-Straight, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. I wouldn't bet on it. You know why? Because Manny Pacquiao had problems with Terrence Crawford before. He had problems with Terrence Crawford before. Anytime you want $20 million to fight a guy that is not even an attraction as far as pay-per-view, that means you obviously respect his talent and you want to get compensated in case he beats the shit out of you. That's what Team Pacquiao wanted, because they looked at Terrence Crawford, they looked, he's slick, we can't really decipher him, we can't put him in a little bottle. It's hard to train for a person like Terrence Crawford. You guys ever think of that? Terrence Crawford is probably the most difficult people to train for. You got to get somebody that knows how to switch hit. But who have I seen that is very good at switch hitting? That could train, or especially that's his size. I have to be real. I'm a White fan, but I just can't see him beating Wilder because he's slow-footed and lacks head movement. If anyone watches Dillian White in his first 10 fights, he's much faster. Hey, it's a very honest statement. You know what I mean? Because we don't know how that's going to go. You know what that's about? Ryan Garcia versus Pacquiao. Let me break that down to you guys. That ain't nothing but old, deep-rooted rivalry trying to live on through. You guys understand what I mean by that? Ryan Garcia wants Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao retired his promoter. His promoter is Oscar De La Hoya is he's notorious for trying to avenge his losses through other people. He's done that, and he'll continue to do that. That's just Oscar. Oscar De La Hoya is that way. He's that kind of dude. He tried it with Victor Ortiz. He tried it with Canelo Alvarez because, you know, Mayweather beat him. So he tried everybody that he possibly could to avenge his loss, but they couldn't do it. I think he's doing the same thing with Ryan Garcia, and he feels Ryan Garcia is that young guy, full of talent, vibrant, you know. And I think he's trying to really set that fight up because there's a good chance now at the age of 42 years of age, Manny Pacquiao might not have enough to handle someone like Ryan Garcia, you know, with the hand speed and the flurries and all that stuff. He may not can deal with that at this point in time. Not saying he couldn't beat him, because, you know, Pacquiao's Pacquiao, but don't be surprised. That's all I'm saying, because we don't know when that day is that day. When that day comes and you see Manny looking like shit, you already know, yo, he's way past the time he needs to get out of the sport of boxing before he embarrasses himself. And a lot of people do that. You know what I'm saying? They fight too long, and then to the point where they're doorkeepers. From doorkeepers, they're just embarrassments, because they're like, dude, you were way up here. Why are you fighting motherfuckers down like club style level? I mean, that's just, you know, for status purposes, that's bad. You know, but a lot of them, like Roy Jones, didn't give a shit. He just wanted to fight. He didn't care if it was the MGM Grand or, you know, or some type of lounge, you know, lounge event or whatever. So, Pac-Man outclassed him. Well, we got to see, because see, it's the thing where Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya, I think Oscar De La Hoya is, yeah, you can take Pacquiao. You can take Pacquiao. I think you can take him. I think you're real good. I think you're fast. I think he beats Pacquiao. You know, he's always fucking looking around, like looking for, you know. I don't have anything to give this lady. I don't have anything to give him. I don't have anything to give you, baby. I'm sorry. Manny is not coming down to 135. No, I don't think he will. I don't think he will at this stage. They'll have to meet at 140 in some kind of catch weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be good. 140. 140 would be good. Now, you know, Ryan can make that. He's tall enough. Ryan Garcia is going to be a welterweight soon, guys. Mark my words. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna hit the mall. I'm gonna reconvene, and we'll meet up again. Everybody's been counterpunched. You guys have a good evening. Peace.